Okay, let's be real. It is December 2025. You have probably got some cash sitting in your bank account. Maybe it's your year-end bonus. Maybe you sold some old property. Or maybe you have just been waiting on the sidelines. But here is the problem. The market is hovering near 26,000. Everyone on Twitter, currently X, is screaming all-time high, all-time high. But if you look closer, the market has actually been flat for the last year. Inflation is at a record low. GDP is booming at 8%, but your portfolio, it's confused. So, the $1,000,000 question, do you dump all that cash in right now, hoping the RBI cuts rates and the market explodes? Or do you play it safe with an SIP and risk missing the rally? Today, we are not guessing. We are looking at the math of this specific market moment to declare a winner. Let's dive in. Before we pick a winner, we need to understand where we are, because 2025 is not like 2020 or 2008. We are in what economists call a Goldilocks scenario. Look at this data. Inflation in October dropped to 0.25%, practically zero. GDP growth is a massive 8.2%. On paper, this is paradise, right? But for investors, it's a trap. Why? Because when things look good, they are usually already priced in. The market expects perfection. If you put a lump sum in now and the earnings disappoint even slightly, boom, correction. RBI has already cut 25 bips of repo rate on 5th December 2025. If RBI cuts interest rates further in the months ahead, the market could melt upon again. And your SIP will be left buying expensive units. See the dilemma. Let's look at the SIP argument. And I have proof from the last 14 months. From late 2024 to now, the Nifty 50 has been basically flat. Boring, right? But guess what? If you were running an SIP during this boring phase, you likely made double-digit returns. How? It is the magic of volatility harvesting. When the market dipped 5% in March, your SIP bought more units. When it rallied 5% in July, those units grew. While the lump sum guy was staring at a flat line for a year, the SIP investor was quietly compounding. If you are the type of person who loses sleep when their portfolio drops 2% in a day, SIP is not just a strategy. It's your sleeping pill. In 2025, with valuations at a price to earning of around 22, the downside risk is real. SIP protects you from entering at the absolute peak. Now, let's defend the bold strategy lump sum. Here is the math that the SIP fans hate. In 70% of historical periods, lump sum beats SIP. Why? Because markets generally go up. By doing an SIP, you are keeping cash in the bank, earning 3% only while the market might be growing at 12%. You are paying an opportunity cost for safety. Think about the 2026 catalyst. The repo rate is sitting at 5.25%. If the RBI cuts this to 5% or 4.75%, bond yields fall and money rushes into stocks. If you trickle your money in via SIP, you miss the initial explosion of that rally. If you believe the India growth story is intact for the next 10 years, does it really matter if you bought at Nifty 26,000 or 25,500? Okay, so lump sum is risky and SIP might be too slow for this bullish economy. Is there a cheat code? Yes, it's called the STP, Systematic Transfer Plan. If you have 5 lakh rupees right now, do not leave it in your savings account earning peanuts while you do an SIP. That is a crime against your wealth. Instead, put that entire 5 lakh rupees into a liquid fund or an arbitrage fund tomorrow. Step 1. The liquid fund earns you 6 to 7%. which is better than bank savings. Step 2. You set up an automatic instruction to transfer 50,000 rupees every month from the liquid fund into your equity mutual fund. This is the winner for 2026. You get the psychological safety of an SIP by averaging your cost. But your idle cash is working harder than a savings account. Plus, if the market crashes next month, great. Your next transfer buys more units. If the market rallies, at least your money is already in the ecosystem. Here is your 2026 action plan. Number 1. If you have a massive amount relative to your net worth, do not go lump sum. The market valuation is fair, not cheap. Use a 6 months STP. Number 2. If you are investing a small bonus that is 50,000 rupees for 10 plus years, just lump sum it. In 2035, you won't remember if you bought at the peak or the bottom of 2025. Time in the market is bigger than timing the market. Number 3. If you are fearful of a recession, stick to SIP but increase your amount by 10% from the next year. The GDP data is strong. Don't bet against India. The only strategy that guarantees a loss in 2026, leaving that money in a savings account out of fear. Pick a lane, SIP, lump sum or STP. Start investing. If all those graphs and numbers made your head spin a little, don't worry. That's exactly why we are here. I am Aparajita Mishra, and along with my team of qualified advisors, we are dedicated to turning your financial confusion into financial freedom. We do the heavy math so you can focus on the spending part. Now, here is the absolute best investment advice I can give you today, and it requires zero paperwork. The like button, it costs 0 rupees. The subscribe button, that yields tax-free returns on your knowledge every single week. So please smash that subscribe button and share this video with the one friend who still thinks SIP is just something you do with a cold drink. Invest smart, dream big, and I will see you in the next one.